Okay guys, what we've done is now we've actually done our experiment. We've followed our method and actually come up with some results. So what sort of things should we show everyone? One of the first things we should do is make a description about what we saw happening. Now, observations are anything we can see, hear or smell chiefly. We know that we don't taste things, and we know that we should not touch things because chemicals tend to be irritants and tend to be a little bit toxic at times. So we have to be very, very careful in doing things like that. So make sure you write down as sentences things that you see, hear or smell. Most important. In most of the activities you are going to do, you are also going to record some numbers. Now it's always best to have your table set up so you can just add the numbers as you are measuring them. This is a really, really good idea. I have shown you how to do it using Excel or Google Sheets. Also a good idea because it helps us do our charts and graphs very much easier than they would be if we had to hand draw them. Now the table shown on this one shows us interesting things. All of the column headings have got lots of detail, while the columns themselves only contain numbers. Most importantly, nothing but numbers in the body of your table. This is something we all should pay attention to, but sometimes we forget to. As you get older and go through the MYP, you're going to be asked to record your uncertainties, or at least tell me why you have them and maybe how you could minimise them a bit later on. When you finally get to the diploma program, we would expect you to show the uncertainties in your table. Now, the really good part about this is that in chemistry, all of the glassware has uncertainties printed on the outside. So all we need to do is copy it down. Sometimes we actually have to do some calculations based upon our data. And we should actually show the reader that we actually understand how to do this. So when we're actually doing data and manipulating data, always set out your working. I know I'm starting to sound like a math teacher, but it's most important you do this. That allows the reader to fully understand what you're doing. There is nothing worse than reading a paper and not knowing where numbers have come from and why the person is even talking about them. So you should tell me where the numbers come from, and I should be able to easily find out what they mean because you have done your manipulation or calculations so clearly. And finally, I'm a visual learner and I like looking at things. So if you show me a graph or a chart, I have a better understanding of what you actually found out. If you just give me a table of numbers, sometimes I have to really think hard to understand what you're actually measuring and what it means, whereas a graph or a chart allows me to do it easily and quickly. But there is a clue. If we are doing the same measurement over and over and over again, like making some continuous measurement of temperature as we heat it, we would actually call this continuous data. So I think we should use a scatter plot and then ask the computer to draw a trend line for us. If we're doing lots and lots of the same measurement about different things, we actually call this discrete data, and I think it's best in that case that we use a column chart to show what we found out.